Good morning, guys. Welcome to episode 2 of Study with Me. I was feeling sleepy inside, so मैंने सोचा कि एक कैंपस का राउंड लगा के आते हैं. So I will be doing neoplasia today in the pathology. If in case I'll be able to finish that, I will start with a unit of systemic path, which I highly doubt कि आज finish होगा because it's huge. I have read that once, but I will be revising that. I thought of getting up at 5:30 in the morning, but I got up at 7. अगर मैं रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर रही होती आज तो शायद थोड़ा लेट उठती, बट क्योंकि रिकॉर्ड कर रही हूँ it takes some time to set up the cameras and all. Takes a lot of efforts to first record the video, then to edit it. I mean, one like for that. I began with reading my notes. I started revising the last topic of this chapter, and according to that, I first revised diagnosis of tumor and paraneoplastic syndrome. Paraneoplastic syndrome are signs and symptoms which are associated with tumor, but they do not arise from the tissues or organs from which the tumor arises. I usually use this reverse revision technique. In this one, I start revising things from back to forth because whenever I start studying, it is my general propensity to complete the initial part of the chapter with full enthusiasm, and as I reach the end of the topic at the end of the day, my energy levels are already low, and that's the reason I start with the last topic first. It is 11 in the morning and I am going to the reading room क्योंकि हमारे वेकेशंस चल रहे हैं और हम लोग अभी रूम में रहते हैं, तो थोड़ा सा चेंज ऑफ माइंड के लिए भी और वहाँ पे थोड़ा एनवायरनमेंट भी होता है पढ़ने का, तो इसीलिए वहाँ पे जा रहे हैं. स्टे सेफ, ईट केक. नाइस. हमें इस बिल्डिंग में जाना है. इस बिल्डिंग में. I will be conscious. Here I started with reading the book. I was reading Harsh Mohan's Pathology. This book really helps in writing the subjective paper. But I did this chapter from Prep Ladder and somewhat from Robbins for the first time just 2-3 months back. The things, for example, classification of tumors, is given in both the books. But since I've read it from a different book, it becomes a little confusing for me to understand. That's why I opted to read only those topics or those parts of this chapter which I felt are better given in Harsh Mohan, like metastasis, carcinogenesis. Otherwise, in the beginning, my plan was to read the entire chapter from this book again. It is better to revise the same thing many times from one source than to read it from different sources. Please don't get me wrong when I say this. It is good to read different books and references, but I think it's better to read the things like classifications, as I was reading the classification of tumors here from one source, unless there are some extra points given in other books. So it is almost 1.5 hours, or I am reading my book and I am just jotting down the important points in my notes itself so that मेरे को revision में बाद में easy हो. I follow Pomodoro technique while studying. According to this, I study for 25 minutes in a stretch and then take 5 minutes break. Studying like this time bound increases my productivity. In the reading room, I completed around 5 sessions of Pomodoro. हम लोग गए हैं 2.5 hours. और अभी हम जा रहे हैं आईडीएस क्योंकि हमने उसके बारे में सुना है वहाँ पे आलू पराठा अच्छा मिलता है। खुल जा आईडीएस
यहाँ पे
हाँ तो इधर फ्रंट कैमरा है पागल समझती है मुझे मिला आलू पराठा क्या हुआ नॉइस कोई उठा के ले जाएगा ना दोनों
इसीलिए मैं एक तो कौन है
Three hours later.
I completed the part which I wanted to read from the book. In the hostel, I started revising my notes again. I feel more than half of this chapter is rote learning. You have to read and write it again and again, especially the fundamentals of neoplasia, like the name of different genes responsible for different tumors, which bacteria or virus causes which cancer, etc. etc. While reading the various etiologies of tumor, I got to learn that tumors like hepatocellular carcinoma, renal cell carcinoma, oropharyngeal cancer, laryngeal cancer, lung cancer, they also spread through alcohol and smoking. Following reading, I started writing it for better memorization. Following dinner, I repeated the same cycle of revising the notes and writing it down. I've finished reading the notes and whatever topics I felt important, I've read that from the book also. Tomorrow I will be doing some questions on this particular topic. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.